shareholders were really rewarded and markets were really rewarded by the top 3-4 names. That's not there in August, and I think that is getting duly captured in the way how the market seems to be moving. First rates on your screen, the breadth is looking better, and the breadth is looking meaningfully better than what we've seen in a long time. You got the mid and the small cap indices which are off to a good start. Nothing in the Nifty looks very promising, nothing in the Nifty looks very scary. It's a flat start with a downward bias. The bias, I think, is negative, which you cannot undermine right now. We popped right back up from the day's low, and then we've just started with a mild kind of a gap down. Let's address some stocks in news, and which is the big one? Well, I would say you got Hero MotoCorp numbers today. Let's look at where that stock has started. It's been on the receiving end, so to speak, from a market because variety of issues in terms of market, in terms of all those tax charges. So it's been on the receiving end. Then you had Bata and Trent. Trent numbers came during the market hour. It just pole vaulted. Bata numbers, I think, came post market hour, and that those numbers were not that impressive. 1,800 rupees for Trent. Bata numbers were a miss, and the stock, I think, is capturing that. Now let's also look at JSW Energy. That stock has been on a tear of late. It has done exceedingly well of late, and JSW Energy is off to another good start. I want to specifically look at Indigo, because interestingly for Indigo, crude prices have gone higher, and Indigo is not crash landing. So this time around, I think if you ask me, this is one stock which is standing out very differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Interglobe Aviation mildly up in the green as we speak right now. Bunch of other names. Berger Paints, you just heard it from the management. Let's just see what the reaction on that stock is. That's down a little bit, 1.25% lower. There's also ZEEL. Remember, they reported their numbers, revenue uptick of about 8%, but more importantly, it's that NCLT order in the Zee-Sony merger case, which is impending today. The stock is holding higher by over 2% as we speak right now. PI Industries, Max Financial, we highlighted that stock earlier in the day. Axis Bank is looking to raise stake, and also their numbers, VNB margins at 22.25%, slightly higher on a year-on-year basis. It's an 8.5% gap up that you're seeing on Max Financial as we speak right now. Tata Power, we'll shortly be chatting with the management as well. That too reported its numbers. EBITDA uptick of about 75%, margins at 19%, so big expansion coming in there. Sula Vineyards, again, we're going to be chatting with the management shortly. Margins at 28%, EBITDA higher by 20.4%. Those are a couple of stocks in focus. Oil India as well, better than expected numbers led by lower OPEX. So that's also the other one in focus, just marginally higher though there. Strong set of numbers from Force Motors, margin expansion of a solid 750 basis points. That's gapped up 10% as we speak right now. 3,038 on Force Motors as we speak. Bata though, the top line has managed to miss the street estimates. It's a weak operational performance, and yeah, for Max Financial though, by the way, Morgan Stanley implies a valuation of $260 billion, which they say is tad below the market cap implied valuation. So they're not quite gung-ho about Max Financial, although you're seeing a big positive move on the stock as we speak right now. There's also Deepak Fertilizers, JB Chemicals, PI Industries, all have managed to perform well in terms of their quarterly numbers. There's Granules as well. Remember, there were IT-related incidents as well, which has clearly impacted the Q1 performance. Margins have seen a bit of a shake-off. 14% is what they've come in at, and this is versus a comparable of 21%. So Granules is currently lower by 2.5% in trade. IRCTC also, there's been a margin slip. Internet ticketing revenue and margins have actually declined for IRCTC. That stock stuck at 640 as we speak right now. BSE also came out with its numbers. There's been a revenue decline of 5% there. Margins at 53% versus 56% on a sequential basis. That stock also lower by about almost 4% there. And then VMart, Vodafone Idea, Suzlon, these are all stocks in focus. Negative news flow there. VMart reported a net loss actually this time around. Vodafone Idea has sought time till December now to repay its dues. And Suzlon has launched a QIP to raise up to 2,000 crore rupees. The floor price has been set at 18.4. That stock starts off in the green, 4% higher as we speak right now. But